Hey guys, it's Sarah and I have a Stash Dive Saturday video for you here. So this is using my Victoria Marie kit that I made using her Make the Kit class, which I will leave that linked down below if you guys want to check it out. It's only $12 and she really walks you through making your own homemade kit using your stash. And so I made a kit based mainly off of this Amy Tangerine Yes Please collection. So I'm kind of getting to the end of my kit here, or the end of the pictures that I pulled. I could definitely still make some more, but I think I made a good amount, so I'm going to keep what I have and be good. But so I have this picture of Annabelle and myself snuggling on a chair, and I wanted to document this because it's kind of a big deal for Miss Annabelle. And I pulled this paper here from the paper pad, and it's really pretty, kind of a pinky color, and it has arrows and hearts on it and stuff. And I'm going to attach that to this piece of blue cardstock. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and that's going to be my base. And then I'm going to mount my picture onto this black cardstock, but I'm also going to put a layer of this little scrap piece of paper from the paper pad as well that I had just kind of sitting there. As you can see, I have a bunch of scraps that I've used on other layouts, so I'm just kind of going through those to see if there's anything I can use on here. And this is what I do when I start thinking I'm just about done with a kit. I kind of really just go through my scraps and see how I can make them work together, and kind of do layouts like that. So I do a lot of layering and clustering, and sometimes I do grids and stuff like that with a lot of my leftovers. All right, so I also pulled this 6x6 piece of paper from the paper pad from her +1 collection. And then I have that strip there that has mist all over it, and that is actually a scrap left over from the first layout I did, which was about my girls going back to school, and I did like a misted grid layout, if you guys remember that one. And so that's actually a cutoff from the side of that. So I have that still. I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm using these stickers here, and these are called Sincere, and they are a two-tone pink stripe. I had issues with them because they're a little hard to use. They're not a solid color. I don't have to use a solid color and thicker, but it's a little strenuous on the eyes as well because of the pattern, so I didn't use them as much as I thought I was going to. But I did make sure I used them at least twice, so they got some use, but they're not my favorite. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get my stuff stuck down here that I am really liking. I'm going to cut this into a banner as well, and I'll kind of use that to kind of ground my picture there. So that's my Annabelle, and I was sitting in our recliner, probably reading or doing something like that, and every once in a while she'll climb up there with me. Now, Annabelle is not the biggest snuggler. She likes to snuggle, but she only will do it if you're physically touching her. If you're not touching her, she's out. So she literally will get up and leave if you're not touching her and petting her. So it's hard to snuggle with her because she won't just sit there still and just lay still and snuggle. That's just not what she does. Brody will, but she won't. So this day she climbed up there with me and she was snuggling with me, and she actually lay there for quite a while, and I didn't have to like be petting her or anything. I did have my arm around her, but she was content with that, and that was kind of rare. So I made sure, that's why I took a picture there. So I wanted to document that because it was a little sweet moment between us, and she sat there for quite a while. All right, so I had this little dog on one of the cutout sheets from one of the papers there, and so I took my hole punch, or my circle punch, sorry, and punched that out. So I'm going to use that, and then I have a little circle die cut that says "Love Her" up at the top, and that's something I've had for a while, so I figured this would be a good spot to use it. And I'm putting my title down. My title is "If I Fits, I Sits," and that's kind of like a funny little quote that people say when they're talking about animals who kind of squeeze their way into somewhere they're not really supposed to be, but they sit anyway. So I thought it was kind of a cute title for this one. And Annabelle is a 40-pound Pop-Whisker, so she's not exactly a lap dog. She can sit in your lap, but she gets pretty heavy after a while. But I went ahead and used a couple of stickers from this Amy Tangerine sticker book. I have the arrow up top and then the Love You More right there on the bottom. And then I have this little one that says Make It Happen. And I thought that was kind of funny because she made this happen. She made the snuggle time happen. She wanted to snuggle, and that's what happened. So I'm going to stick that there as well. And that's like how all the colors just go together really nicely. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and do my journaling along these lines here. It was just a nice little spot, and it's already aligned for me, which is nice. And so I'm talking about, her snuggling habits and how she's not the best at it. She loses interest really quickly if you're not, physically petting her. But every once in a while, we get these little moments like this. So I was glad that I took a picture and able to document it. And I think that was actually on a day I was really trying to read, because I think I was supposed to be doing a readathon, but she was all up in my business. So I was trying to read like over her head, and it was just funny. She was intent on making sure I was loving on her instead. But I'm also watching a show right now, so I apologize. I started watching The Ranch on Netflix, so I was kind of paying attention to that a little bit as well, and probably laughing because the show's pretty funny. And then I'm going to add a couple little gray elements as well in here, just to add another little color, nothing overwhelming, but it's looking very, very pink. And I have this badge sitting in my container with my kit, and it says OU, and I thought that was cute. I'm going to go ahead and finish up my journaling here. And then I'm going to go ahead and pop this up on a pop dot and see what else I'm going to do. Oh yes, I have these puffy arrows from Freckled Fawn, so I'm going to go ahead and use a couple of these pink ones here and kind of point towards the picture. And then I'm going to pull some wood veneer out as well, and I'm going to use a couple of things from that. And then I'm also going to use up the rest of these layered vellum stickers from Amy Tangerine. So I have a yellow one and a gray one. So I'm going to pull in some more gray. Since I put that badge up there, I wanted to add another gray element, and that was just kind of perfect. So I'm going to use that to help kind of frame this out. And then I'm going to use this yellow here as well. And I have trouble figuring out where to put this. I don't know. It was a little awkward. So, but I like the way it looks right there, so I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And I have some yellow along the bottom of the picture with the mist, so that kind of helps frame the top of it as well. And then I am going to use this little puffy sticker from Evalicious, and it says, It's Your Day. And then I'm going to use some of these wood veneer hearts, and half of them are yellow, so a little bit more yellow. Those are from Pink Fresh Studio. And then that's going to complete my layout, guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions. And again, if you want to check out the Victoria Marie Make the Kit class, I will leave it linked down below. I highly recommend it. It was a great class, and just really good tips on how you can make the most out of your products and kind of pair things together that you might not have thought of, and kind of get go through some of your older stuff. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Have a great day. Bye.